The only beings which are left alive are those which we would call gods.
Giving with a gentle smile brings forth our compassion.
Now let's do the meditation together as before.
Did you see that? How meditation is working to your mind? And he said,
is also designated a museum that will display everything about the Dhammakaya meditation tradition.
Sawadika. Welcome to Meditation for All, shown every Sunday morning on the DMC channel at 4 a.m. Thai time. A fact-filled program that will help you start your day feeling spiritually centered and uplifted. First, you meet Reverend Nicholas Thanisaro on his new series on various Buddhist concepts, continues from last week. He'll talk more about the origin of the world in Buddhist context.
One world cycle. So the time it takes for the world to evolve, to support life, and then go through the cycle of destruction again would take this sort of length of time. So when we look at the diagram you have in your notes, in fact we're talking about a cycle which goes on. It takes a world cycle. You imagine your mountain being worn down to the ground. But this doesn't happen just once. It happens as many as 64 times. If you were to try to compare it with the length of a year, then it's a lot of years, okay? And someone has worked it out to 10 to the power of 140 years. So it's a very long time indeed. You don't need to go worrying about whether your life insurance is going to be paid up or whatever, whether your mortgage is going to be paid off in time. It's not going to happen that quickly, okay? But basically what concerns us is that there are 4 parts to this cycle. There is a part to it when there is deterioration in the world. Deterioration means that the ability of the world to support life gets much worse. People's lifespan gets much less. Till eventually you get to the worst point, the depression here, number 2, where the lifespan of people is the minimum. And it's very difficult to survive. The earth still supports life, but it barely supports life. Then after that, there's a period when life gets better. There is evolution, there is more civilization, till eventually they come to a point when there is a golden age. So this is the point where people have a long lifespan, where life is good, and then it goes into a period of decline again. And the reason why there's interruptions here is because this happens over and over again. In the beginning, presumably there would have been a time when there is a first world cycle. And at the end there's a point where the world actually is completely destroyed. And then it happens again, happens all over again. And in the scriptures it talks about the world being destroyed either by fire, wind or flood. And there's a sort of pattern to it. But for 64 cycles, there will be, the earth doesn't get so badly destroyed that there's no earth left anymore. It's just a question of the life on earth. It becomes more sparse, almost dies out, almost goes extinct, and then recovers. But at the end of the 64 times, then the world is completely burned up or flooded, or so there's a wind so strong that it's blown completely to pieces. Okay. In our scriptures, we have two particular scriptures which are interesting from this point of view. The first scripture, which is interesting for us, is called the Aganya Sutta. And this talks about a time somewhere in the top of the period of decline here, where the world is newly emerged from after it's been burning for many years. There's no life on it yet, but there's still life in the universe, not in human form, but in forms of life which can escape fire, flood, and destruction by wind. At that time in the universe, the only beings which are left alive are those which we would call gods. So they are celestial beings, which when they were alive before would have been those who are very good in meditation. So good in meditation that they were self-supporting in their own happiness. When they passed away, then what was left of them would be a sort of being which would be very subtle indeed, with a high level of mind, which was beyond sensual pleasures. It would be a mind that would be supported completely by the happiness arising from meditation. And such beings, they didn't have a physical body, they had only an ethereal body, and that body had a brightness to it. And at that time, the only brightness in the universe would be from such beings. There was no sun or moon. The earth was barely present. There was no night or day or seasons. In fact, there may not even have been a passing of time. But such beings were very long-lived. They had no sensual desires. And in fact, their body didn't exhibit the differences of male or female. They transcended even that. Now, as it goes, the Genesis story we have in Buddhism shares something with the Christian Genesis story. Only one thing, okay? And that is eating, okay? Eating. The problem started when there was eating. For Adam and Eve, it started when they took the bite of the apple of temptation or whatever. For us, it was rather similar as it happened. Why? Because on the surface of this newly formed earth, once the waters had settled down, there was rather like a fragrant earth floating on the surface of the water. And we term this sort of earth curds of earth, because it was aromatic. In fact, it was actually nutritious as well. It was earth, but it was aromatic, it was nutritious. And as these celestial beings were wafting around in the universe, living on their happiness from their mental states, they smelled the taste of these curds of earth floating on the surface of the waters of the earth. And I got a photograph taken at that time. One of them couldn't resist the flavor of this earth and came down and wanted to taste this earth, even though it didn't have any physical need for food. So this contradicted everything that the life of a celestial being is about. this was really giving in to its own greed. So this means that in the quality of mind of this celestial being, something changed for the worse. Instead of being above greed and temptation, it suddenly gave in and started to taste these curds of earth floating on the water. When that happened, very immediately there was a big change in the universe. Because of this curiosity or greed, taking the physical substances into its body, it started to lose its aura. It was not only one of these celestial beings, but others followed its example. Some of them said, no, we're not going to eat this physical food, but others, they succumbed also to eating physical food. And as a result of that, some of them had more of a bright appearance, the ones who didn't eat it. Others became darker. And immediately there was a sort of discrimination between the lighter ones and the darker ones, almost like a racial discrimination from the even primordial times. But as a result of this, there were repercussions for the whole universe. Because of giving in to greed, the sun and the moon appeared. There started to be a passage of time. And for sure, the lifespan of those beings became a little bit shorter. Once they had eaten up all this curds of earth on the surface of the water, then there was no more curds of earth for their staple diet anymore. From that time onwards, there would be a different sort of staple food, which would be mushrooms on the ground, a sort of mushrooms growing on creepers. Not like the mushrooms of the present day, but again, quite a nutritious food. But of course, more fibrous, more coarse than the original curds of earth, which was originally there. There would be the discrimination. So again, apart from greed and curiosity in the minds of these beings, there would now be something extra, which was arrogance or conceit. And they lost their ability to float in the air anymore, because they started to have a physical component to themselves. When that happened, they were grounded on earth. They couldn't go anywhere anymore. So this is the first life on earth. And as this happened, the food changed again to be not mushrooms anymore, but sort of creepers. They're again not like creepers you see growing on trees nowadays. It's fibrous food, but again, it would provide a complete diet. It wasn't necessary to eat anything else. Simply by eating this one sort of food, you could still get all the nutrients which you needed. But unfortunately, because the food was more coarse than before, it started to need digestion. And once this happened, then again over the course of a long time, the only beings to survive were the ones who could digest this food. And once they start to have digestive organs inside themselves, there would start to be the appearance also of reproductive organs. So before they didn't have reproductive organs, there was no sexual reproduction before. But with the appearance of digestive organs, then with that start to appear sexual organs. And it turns out that the ones which in their past had not been unfaithful, they didn't have the bad karma of unfaithfulness in their past, developed male reproductive organs. As for those who did have some history of adulterous behavior in the past, their genitalia developed female qualities. So there start to be, again, apart from the difference of bright or dark complexion, now there was a difference also between genders. But instead of one gender looking down on the other, something completely different happened. They were actually attracted to one another. Once they started to become attracted to one another, then they wanted to pair off. And once they wanted to pair off, any form of intimacy which happened between them, they were ashamed of this. Because normally the ideal of the celestial beings is a celibate lifestyle.
Again and again, that the world is sustained on giving, whether it be the material gifts or spreading love and kindness. On Buddhist culture, you can see almsgiving, a way in which Buddhists practice giving.
Almsgiving, the best way to begin every new day of our life. Giving a gift to one who devotes himself to purity through meditation is the best way to start the new day. This simple act helps to awaken the spirit of goodness that lies hidden inside to shine brightly forth with the first light of the dawn. With great respect, after giving alms, the Buddhist will meditate and make a wish, calling forth the resolve to behave well throughout the whole day ahead. Giving is a new start to the day. Giving out of respect softens us inside. Giving with a gentle smile brings forth our compassion. Giving is like tender petals of peace which line the way to non-violence for the world. Giving is a new start to the new day of our life.
Whatever form of meditation you practice, the most important point is to apply mindfulness consciously and to sustain to it. It is unrealistic to expect the result within a short period of time. What is required is to continuous, sustained effort. So, join Reverend Somsak Piyasiro in meditation session.
Welcome back everyone to meditation session. This is session 8 of part 3. We have been meeting this often and hope you have enjoyed the fruits from meditation as much as you wish. Everyone keeps saying they want to make peace and they try every way, for example, by negotiation, conference, and even the worst, they want to make war in order to make peace. In reality, they don't know the fact. Peace must be out of the beautiful mind. And you know, meditation produces a beautiful mind. Now let's do the meditation together as before. If you are ready, you choose the best sitting posture. You may sit on the floor with the support of the cushion, the pillow. You can sit on the chair or in the chair or whatever, wherever you want, as long as you feel really comfortable. Now we slowly close the eyes. We may take a few good deep breaths for the beginning. Make a deep one in order to feel the turning point inside. The turning point for the newcomer, it is where the in-breath goes past the lungs down to the middle of the abdomen. It is where the in-breath turns out breath right there in the middle of the abdomen. This is the station of peace inside. Today we will confirm that we are the peacemakers because we make peace from inside, from the beautiful mind, from meditation. Find the location via the in-breath. The turning point, the station of peace, lies in the middle of the stomach. Allow the mind to settle down for a while inside and relax the entire body. Relaxation is the fundamental quality of the physical body, of the meditator. Now, allow the mind to relax. Relaxation is something common in daily life. The moment we are about to go asleep, the whole body is relaxed. Find relaxation like that, like the moment we are about to fall asleep. It's like the whole body is flooded by the stream of relaxation thoroughly. Feel and confirm relaxation all around. Be with it and feel it all the way through. Now the mind clicks on the station of peace. Let the mind and the station of peace inside greet each other by clicking very softly at the turning point. It's like knocking the door of peace. When the door opens, it connects us to the land of the Supreme Truth inside us. Spend a little while greeting the station of peace right inside, quietly. Connection might take a little while, and we would be smart enough to wait for them to greet each other, and peace gradually develops. Welcome peace inside. Accept it. Allow it to increase. Allow it to develop little by little. Remember what we enjoyed together many times earlier. We are the center of our own horizon, 360 degrees all around. The physical body is the middle of our own horizon. And the turning point is the center of our physical body. Remember, we have got the moon in the mind shining right in the center of the body. When the connection is right, the center turns bright. It's getting brighter gradually. Right in the middle of the floating moon, right inside there, stands the bright dot of the star. The star is a bright dot. It's a real center of the focusing of the mind. Now, the star is shining so bright in the center of the shining moon. We are gaining more and more peace produced from the center. Hang on to the bright star that is brighter than the full moon. The bright dot of the star is brightest among all lights we have inside. Hang on to it, welcoming peace that flooded over the whole mind. The Buddhists enjoy inner peace like this for thousands and thousands of years. This is the quick and shortest way to create peace inside. And we have been enjoying creating more and more peace right over here. We are the peacemakers. We don't have to negotiate. We don't have to spend money on a conference. We don't have to make wars in order to win, to create peace. Our mind is beautiful and can radiate as well. Radiation of the beautiful mind will go out like radiating, like we drop a piece of stone onto the lake. The drop will create an expansion of the wave in a bigger and bigger circle. Now we expand peace, loving kindness, compassion, and even brightness from the inner moon outwards. Now radiation of such the feeling is in progress. If everyone on earth sit down, meditate, and radiate or share their peace inside, the world will be embraced with peace. So we are the peacemakers, and we share the peace we made to the world. Enjoy expanding the brightness always, and we can take a few good deep breaths again before we quit meditation from this session. Confirm the existence of the connection of the mind and the station of peace. Confirm the connection. Confirm the radiation of peace. outwards. And we can be so proud that we are the real peacemakers. Now gradually in quietness, just slowly we can count down from 3 to 0 and slowly open up. Now in peace, centralize the mind always and be proud that we are the peacemakers until we meet again next time and we come back to the peace station inside again. Have a good time in practicing meditation, and until we meet again, สวัสดี
Next, Nini Gewelin will introduce two mothers who were heartwarmed by their son's ordination in Buddhism in order to pay back their gratitude. Here the mother feel on how the saffron robe has matured their son and helped them to grow up.
สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to a special program. Today with me I have two special guests. The first guest is Miss Anchari Nathan. She came all the way from New Jersey, USA for this year, the year 2006, for ordination for her two sons. And the other special guest that I have today is Miss Natya Champairo.
สวัสดีค่ะ
She also came all the way from Hastings, England. So thank you for coming and join our program today.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so today I would like to start with you first, okay? Since we are special friends, but I do also came from USA also. Anyway, Miss Anchari, how do you start come to the temple? When do you start come to the temple?
Actually, I went to the temple in United States, in New Jersey. We have a very close center, like 15-minute drive from my house. And since then, I start to meditate, and I start coming to the headquarters in Thailand 3 years ago. This is my 4th year that I come to visit.
That's wonderful. And then, how did you start wanting your two sons to become a monk or do ordination with our temple?
Both of them meditate, and my older son started meditating when he was 6.5 years old. And my little one is just become naturally because when he saw us meditate before go to bed, and that's how he learned.
Wonderful.
That's my little one.
Oh, by the way, Miss Anchari is the mother of novice Alan and also novice Judge. So I'm sure that you guys are familiar with both of them. Anyway, how are they doing right now? Have you get a chance to speak to them since they ordained?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I have seen them every day since they ordained, because that's my chance to offer them the lunch and the bana, and well, they're doing very well. Their face always have smile.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
The most important thing is they are very happy.
Oh.
My young one, who is 7 years old, said to me, "Mommy, next year when we come, can I wear this again?"
Oh,
I
that's
said,
so
"Of
sweet.
course, of course."
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. I heard a little kind of very cute story about them when they were novice monk during the past week.
Yeah.
Can you share with us?
First of all, when they enter the program, they have to wear the white clothes,
Okay.
and with the 8 precept. And then one night, during that time, they not allow us to go visit them because they feel homesick and sad that they separate from the mother. Okay, I never seen them. One day I heard the story. The teaching monk turned off the light and everybody is meditating, and then we heard the sound crying.
Oh.
And I said, oh my God, Joshua is crying. My heart was broken, but somehow I have to
Be strong.
Be strong, yeah.
Okay.
And next day, I have chance to talk to him by phone.
Oh.
His voice is very lively and said, Mommy, do you think I can do it? And I said, of course you can.
Oh.
And what do you think? I returned the question. He said, I think I can.
Oh, that's great.
That's what Joshua. But my older son have no problem whatsoever.
That's so wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
By the way,
right.
too, my son, the oldest one, he's supposed to be a monk also this year. This is probably his 11 or 12 to ordain. And this time is very special for my family too, because he came all the way, second time this time to come to Thailand to be a monk, not a novice monk. So my family very excited about it. Unfortunately, he had to, he got ill, so he had to be in the hospital.
Sorry about that too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's still going to continue to, after recovering, he's going to become a monk no matter what. Yes, so he can stay here and after everything's over. The reason I share with people about my son, because the reason we make decision to come to Thailand this time, because wanting to come and my son was supposed to be with Ilan and Judge, to take care of them during the ordain.
I was inviting him.
Yes.
Because they was bonding together last year when we came, and then we met each other. Clint was a very lovely person. And you know what? All the nuns said, they feel sad. They said, oh my God, Clint got sick. And especially Samanin Desitra. And he was said, Clint is so much fun. I like him. But
Thank you.
I'm sorry about Clint couldn't be with us.
Thank you. Just pray for him that. But I'm sure he'll recover soon.
We
And
will.
you know what? This is his 12 or 13th time already become a monk. So I'm very proud of him. And if you're listening, I will love you and I'm proud of you. Yes, thank you. Anyway, so right now, when you are leaving and when your son gonna ordain until,
27.
Oh, I
It
see.
will be the
Okay.
last day.
All right.
And then the next day we're flying home.
Oh.
The children's always like
They don't want
attached.
to leave.
Yeah, they don't want to
Oh,
leave.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
and I am very happy that they feel something. First of all, Alan, the older one who's
Yes.
11 years old, he has so much fun. He couldn't control himself. It's like,
Wow.
oh my God, I enjoy this friend, I enjoy that friend, because they come from all over the world. And then when they together, they have so much to talk. I have to remind him. The teaching monks come talk to me, and I
Right.
said, Alan, you forgot something. You here, you wear different robe, you wear different outfit. Please pay attention to meditate. But somehow he changed and he did
He managed.
meditate.
Oh,
He managed.
no wonder. Luang Por was saying that they're having so much fun.
Right.
But you know what? Along with that, I think that's great though, because I heard that they have great experience about meditation, don't they?
They do,
Yes.
they do.
See, I think that's the
Yes, they do.
whole purpose to be here. So
Right. Yeah, I do, and I am very happy. I invite one of the boys. Actually, our group is like 6 boys that I invite to join.
Oh, that's nice.
One have a very good experience. He didn't want to leave. But he have to go back for his school. And he said first he didn't want to ordain, but when he entered the program and he bond with all the friends.
Yes.
I saw that with my eyes, and I said, this is a very, very lovely experience for the boy to learn about become a novice.
Oh, that's nice.
And those boys are from a very convenient, very comfortable
Lifestyle.
life. Yes.
Mhm.
But they have to do rinsing all the clothes, washing
Right.
the clothes, and also the meditation part. That's
Right.
very important. And this boy have a very good experience, and the mother was happy. And
Oh, that's
the most important thing, I'm very happy.
Oh, yes, I know.
Yeah, and I said to him, "Did you see that? How meditation is working to you, mind?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Don't leave without it. When you go back, practice your meditation, and you see that a lot of people doing it all around the world, not just only you. Whoever listen to DMC, that's the one meditate. It means you're not alone."
Right, very
See?
good. See, got a great mother, you know?
Thank
very
you.
good. Yes, that's important. You know, we need supported from the parents too. Not just, you know, because children sometimes, of course, they need the family, you know, as a unit and guide them, you know, in the right direction.
Right.
And I think isn't it great, to me, it's like a great vacation for them. You know, instead of letting them go running around and do nothing as important, become a novice monk, right? Anyway, I heard that he did judge, isn't it? He practiced washing dishes before he joined the team.
They are very curious. They're curious what to, like, how's the monk live, how they wear their clothes, and like that. And then I tell them, you know, I don't know too, you have to learn. But first of all, what I know is you need to know how to wash your clothes, also doing your dishes,
Wow,
and follow the instruction.
that's big for them, isn't it?
Yeah, right. And they did.
Very good.
And the one thing that they don't do it is washing the cleaning the bathroom.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and also another part that Samanin Alan told me, that they have to take a bath, take a shower.
Right.
Yeah, with the way that's
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And everything that they told me, their eyes so excited, said, "Mommy, I never knew that the monk take a shower like this. I never knew that we have to do this, to do that." But every time they tell me, their face is lovely and happy. And I said, "What do you think?" I said, "It's exciting, and I can't believe they can do this."
Yes,
Like that,
really.
yeah,
that
that's
is so
what they
great.
learn.
Yes.
And-
So they want to come again next year, of course.
Oh yeah, Joshua said, "Can I come?
Wow.
Can I wear this again?" I said, "Of course."
I
you
wish
can."
if they have more time, they probably want to stay much longer, isn't
Yes,
it?
they do. They do.
I'm glad.
Next, on tour of the temple, Vera Röntragun will take you to two places of great importance on the route of the great teacher of Vichā Thamakai. These places are วัดโบสถ์บนบางคูเวียง and วัดพระธรรมกาย
Sawadee-ka. My name is Vera Rungchagul, and you're on the tour of the temple. Today, I'll be taking you to two places of great importance on the route of the great teacher of Vichā Thamakai. Right here, I'm at Wat Bot Bon Bang Khu Vieng in the province of Nonthaburi, Thailand. Evidence has shown that 500 years after the passing away of the Lord Buddha, the Vichā Thamakai of the Holy One disappeared from this world. In the year 2460 of the Buddhist era, or 1917 AD, and on the full moon night of the 10th lunar month at this temple, a determined young monk named Sot Jantasaro, later known as Long Pa Wat Pak Nam Pasi Jaran, sat down at this very spot and prepared to lay down his life in meditation. In front of this Buddha shrine, he made a solemn vow begging for the Lord Buddha to bestow to him the knowledge known by the Holy One, if that knowledge was going to be of benefit to Buddhism. Late that very night, he succeeded in his attainment of Vichādhammakāya. Vichādhammakāya brings happiness to all through the knowing of the truth of life, which goes beyond all beliefs and nationalities. People who sincerely practice Vichādhammakāya will feel the unsurpassable feeling of happiness through the stillness of the mind. Practitioners have expressed their gratitude to Luang Por Wat Pak Nam by casting his image in pure gold, which will be enshrined in 4 different places, this temple included, on the route of the great teacher of Vichādhammakāya, but that will be shown in a later program. We've come back to Wat Prathamakāya, where this Panya room is the temporary home for one of the golden sculptures of the great abbot of Wat Pak Nam, who I mentioned earlier. This statue is cast in solid gold, weighs 1 ton, and is 1.5 times larger than the actual size of the late abbot. The temple community decided to commemorate his great life of selflessness, sacrifice, and wisdom in a manner befitting his contribution to humankind by using pure gold. Each day, hundreds of lay people come here to pay homage to Luang Por Wat Pak Nam and sit in meditation in this serene room inspired by his grace. People appreciate the feeling of peace and tranquility that they get in this room, and therefore, before entering the room, they turn off their cell phones and any noise-making devices and try not to bring in any materials that might disturb other meditators, such as plastic bags that might ruffle and make noise. Also, they don't take photographs. The quietness of this room allows meditators to meditate and recharge their batteries before going out on their daily routine. The last spot on today's tour of the temple is the Memorial Hall of Luang Por Wat Pak Nam Pasi Jaren Sot Jantasaro, the rediscoverer of Vichādhammakāya. This structure behind me, currently under construction, will be the final place where the 1-ton golden statue of the great abbot of Wat Pak Nam will be enshrined permanently. This building is also designated a museum that will display everything about the Dhammakaya meditation tradition. The hall will soon be open to the public. Surrounding this dome-like structure are lines of pine trees and a mini lake, bringing coolness and shade. Also, the hall is decorated all around by one-of-a-kind sculptures of symbols depicted in heaven. The discovery and teaching of Vichādhammakāya that Luang Por Wat Pak Nam pioneered was thus of incomparable importance to this world, as it is the final path and refuge for all peoples who work and search for peace on earth. Until next time, Sawadee Ka.
It is said that throughout the universe, it is easier to find a diamond on the side of the mountain or to gather all the gold on the land masses than to find the virtue on the righteous. Pramangkol Tepmuni Sotjantasaro is that righteous person who brought back Vichādhammakāya to the world. On the coming September the 7th, his golden image will be permanently installed inside the great Pramangkol Tepmuni Pavilion. We would like to invite all of you to be a part of this merit-making occasion in proclaiming Triple Gem Sacred Power. Until next week, goodbye. สวัสดีค่ะ